Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with mysticgenmara.com, and today I'm going to do the August 2022 reading for water signs of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So if you have water in your chart, and you can, if you've had your astrological charts done, there's a section that talks about your elemental balance. The water will be higher or lower on that depending on what the percentages are. If it's really high, the messages from source and the guides are going to resonate with you probably more strongly, and if it's lower on the chart, the challenge or the lesson from the tarot will resonate as well. Otherwise, you can just go by what sign you are, which is Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces are the water signs. I read with today I'm going to use the Angel Guide Oracle, Beyond Lemuria Oracle deck, and the Fairy Tarot. All of the cards are linked in the description below, and with that, there are 5 weeks in August, so we will do 5 weeks of readings. And these are general readings, so take what works, and if it doesn't align, then that's okay too. So right off the bat, your first guide is here to help you cut the cords. So the angels that are coming forward for this first week of August for water signs are about cutting your energetic connections. Water has a bad habit, energetically, of collecting emotions, and this is a good time to start clearing out the stuff that's not yours, because water tends to, like I said, they want to be the people that help wash away and clean away others' problems, and in doing so, they tend to collect them for themselves. So energetically, you have to clear out and cut the cords every so often, and sometimes those cords will be to a specific job, to a person, to a location, and cutting that energetic bond is actually a way of freeing you so that you can step into a better place in life. So your message from Source is the violet flame. As we deepen our spiritual path, step out of illusionary constructions, and become empowered beings, life presents more opportunities to grow than before. Your sensitivity will be heightened, so it may be harder to spend time in places with certain energies or people. Do you have a range of accessible go-to practices for recentering, cleansing your aura, and protecting your energetic field? A routine for psychic fitness will keep your aura strong and resilient, your energy sovereign, and your vibrations high, and help you see through the illusions that block or distort. Bring the violet flame into your meditation and self-care practices for graceful rebalancing. The violet flame is usually associated with the Saint Germain. Saint Germain was, in some legends, an alchemist. An alchemist was someone that takes low energies or low items and heals them into a higher state. There is one legend where someone brought to him a cracked gem. He held it in his hands, and they said his hands blazed violet like flames, and when he handed them back the gem, it was the exact same gem, but the flaw had been healed. So he had the ability to heal all flaws. So bringing his energy, the violet flame, into your meditation practices is actually a really good way to heal your aura, to strengthen your aura, and to help you see through some of the illusions. Those illusions are not always other people. Sometimes they're our own. And so using the violet flame as a way to clear that stuff out as you're cutting your cords, and you can use Archangel Michael to help cut cords. He's a really good one for that. So you've got some really good energy to help clear out, clean up, and strengthen right off the bat for the month of August. Now, your lesson or challenge is the Prince of Autumn, dependable, protective, chivalrous, and humorous. Cautious but wise, meticulous attention to detail, and kindness. There we go, get the reflection off of it. And what this is talking about is you want to be a dependable person. And when you're cutting cords and you're doing all this emotional, spiritual work, it can kind of get overwhelming for water signs. They want to go with the flow, and then when you start cutting cords and bringing in all this violet flame energy, it can get really, really active, so you tend to become a little less dependable. So your challenge for this first week is to really stay grounded and stay centered while you're clearing out the stuff that's not working, while you're healing a lot of these denser energies, you really want to stay focused and stay grounded. Always have a sense of humor when you're working through healing, because sometimes it's the only way to break up the dense energy is through laughter. So finding a way to find humor while you're going through this, reading funny books, watching funny movies, listening to funny podcasts, it's a good way to help the violet flames energy heal those wounds that are being cut away by cutting those cords, because you cut a cord and it leaves a little bit of a scar, and if you can heal that scar quickly, it goes away and they can't reattach. So that's the reason that you want to find a way to really embolden that violet flame, and doing through humor and being dependable is a good way to keep you balanced but also heal at the same time. So your energy for the second week, or your guide for the second week, is the Holy Love Angels. Now, these angels are specific to bringing in the spiritual aspect of divine love, helping us understand the agape style love, the love of the universe, the love of everything. And that doesn't mean that you ignore the issues if there's problems there. You don't ignore the abuse, you don't ignore the toxicity, but you find ways to love that person from a distance if necessary. But bringing in this holy love, it's that love that the source, God, divine energy has for us. And it was always taught as I was growing up, that God is love, and this love is the permeates everything. It's what keeps us breathing, is the love from God's source, divine energy. And so the angels that are coming forward are the ones that will help you experience, understand, and work with that divine love in a very, very clear and physical way. And that's not sexual, it's literally feeling it from a God energy standpoint. So your message from Source is trust your inner sense. Sometimes it can be hard to decipher between intuition and what our mind is telling us. Stories, projections, or fears can arise under the guise of intuition. To distinguish truthful inner guidance from paranoia, we must return to innocence, to our pure essence. Here we have access to the truth of our being. Honesty is more than not lying to yourself. It is also about not withholding and having deep transparency within yourself. Learn to trust and be absolutely honest with yourself. In your heart of hearts, you hold the answers. Notice the first thought you have before you second guess yourself. Listen and honor these thoughts. So, you're bringing in this holy love. The energy of the angels is bringing in this love of the divine God-centered energy. Your message is learn to trust the God source energy, working on clearing out this. The first week was all about clearing out a lot of the excess. The second week is really about bringing in your higher guidance, bringing in that divine aspect of love, which also will enhance and help grow your intuition. So the second week is really about this healing energy and this healing growth. So let's see what the lesson or challenge from the tarot is for this second week. It is the 10 of Autumn. I need a different mic. It is take steps to ensure the financial security of your children or other loved ones, making wise investments or planning for retirement, honoring your family traditions. So as you're working through this, you're bringing in this divine aspect of love. You're really starting to follow your guidance and your intuition, but it's also because water tends to be very emotional and they live in the moment. They forget that they have to work with the future as well. And this 10 of Autumn is coming forward to be like, okay, ground yourself. You're doing the healing work, you're bringing in the divine love, but you also still have to have plans for the future. And it's the future of not just you, it's generational futures. So it's building that financial security, it's building that towards the financial security, it's building that respect of the world that we live in, respect of the environment you live in. And it doesn't mean to shut it off and not go out and do anything, but find ways to work within it, because think of the energy of the elven nations. If you look back to Tolkien, or if you read any of the D&D type novels, the elves tend to live in balance with nature, and that's what they're really talking about with this energy. The fairies is finding that balance with the long term, and a lot of that is a generational form of sometimes financial, and sometimes it's just teaching the next generation how to respect things for a better world. So let's move on to the third week and see what angels we've got coming up for the third week of August for water signs 2022. They were being difficult. It is raise your vibration. So the first week was all about clearing out and getting healed up. Second week is bringing in divine love, and the purpose was this third week is really going to focus on raising your vibration. This is bringing yourself into great deeper meditations, deeper devotions. If you do a morning devotion or an evening devotion, add some time to it. If you're meditating for 15 minutes, make it 20, just little things like that. But focus on how can you raise your vibration? Is it through changes in diet? Is it through a new exercise program, a new book, new course, things like that? What can you do to help elevate your spiritual energy in this moment in time? And the angels that are coming forward will help guide you to the things that will help you in that. So your message from Source for this third week, actually that's a really cool card. There are passion flowers on it. If I can get it to zoom there. The little flowers right there. Sorry. Manifestia. You can decide how you want to live. The universe fully supports your choice to step into the optimal version of yourself. Dream big, then dream bigger. Now is a great time to start projects you have been considering. All it takes is pollination. Be creative with your vision. Sow the seeds of the reality you want to experience through affirmative thinking and higher intention. Then anchor or ground your dream seeds. Manifest from the heart, overcome fear, take strong positive action, and let go of the outcome. Know and trust your dreams are already on their way and expect to see those results. When you raise your vibration, your manifestation ability actually amplifies as well. The time delay, as they referenced in one of the movies, The Secret, they talk about time delay as a way for us to tweak and fix our intentions and our manifestations. Well, when you raise your vibration, that time period shortens because you become more clear on your intentions in a shorter period of time, which allows those seeds that you're planting to manifest and grow at a much more rapid rate. So you have the angels coming in to help guide you, to help you raise your vibration, and God Source Energy is saying, do the work and it's going to work, and then the manifestations will follow. And we're talking not just emotional and mental, spiritual stuff, we're also talking very physical. So setting your intentions and really working on building that spiritual energy behind them, the manifestation it'll just show up type of a thing, because you're going to ease the path for that to show up for you. So you have a lot of earth energy coming forward in your lessons or challenges for this month so far, because you have the Queen of Autumn. Generous, stylish, gracious, and practical. Be practical with respect to how you proceed. The ability to make anything beautiful, meeting someone who can help your dreams come true. So you've got the angels coming through to raise your vibration. The message from Source is saying, work on the meditation, get the intentions cleared up, take those steps to really build towards your manifestation. And the message or the challenge for you is, how can you make it into a more beautiful state? How can you make this more ease and more grace? Your challenge is really to overcome the stuff that's in your way. The first week was all about clearing out a lot of the emotional stuff, but as you cleared some of it out, the next layer popped up. So this third week is reminding you, you still have work to do. You're not done yet, but you're raising your vibration, and that is going to significantly improve and speed up the long-term processes. So let's look at the fourth week of August for 2022, and that is Sacred Plan. So these are the angels that are coming forward to help you understand the plan of what you've got going on here. The first week was about clearing it out. The second week was bringing in that divine love. The third week was raising the vibration, and now you're starting to see the plan. So you've got the angels coming forward that are going to help explain, or at least show you for where you're at right now, why you've had to deal with the things that you've dealt with, and how this is going to affect your future. And they're going to show you the pathways, and it'll be more than one. I'm seeing two in particular. They're going to show you a very positive aspect and what happens if it's very negative. Your work is to pick the one that you want. And they are going to show you these different paths of, this is where you've come from, here's the crossroads that you're at. Do you want to go that way, which is doesn't look so great, or do you want to go this way, which looks a lot better, and there's more forks that go on down the road, but right now you're at that crossroads, and this is the sacred plan. This is what we are seeing would be the better option for you. So with that, we're working into the message from Source, which is the crown chakra, the unlimited self. The crown chakra is your link to the multidimensionality of your being, the seat of your soul. It gracefully connects you to the heavens. The infinity symbols of limitless appear within the unfolding petals and point to your most potent potential. It's a lot of P's right there. Here you can delight in the divine strands of light that dance with us whenever we are aligned with spirit, purpose, and truth. Be present and flow with your rigid outcomes. Find more space in your life. Find your own way to meditate. Explore the state of flow and be receptive to the intuitive messages you receive. So, as you've been going through this month, it's all been about clearing out, bringing in the love, really transforming your life type of a thing. The sacred plan is showing you this is the plan that your soul agreed to when you came in. The crown chakra, or not the crown chakra, the crown chakra is all about connecting into that message, connecting into that divine plan. What was it that you talked about with your guides? What did you agree to before you came in? And it's not going to be specifics. It's going to be the overall game plan. What was it that you were looking to achieve, and what was it you were looking to accomplish when you came into this planet? And so this meditating specifically on your crown chakra, which is this little flat spot on the top of your head, it opens up as a 1,000-petaled lotus, is how it was described by the ancients. And that 1,000-petaled lotus will only open one petal at a time. So as you learn your life lessons, another petal will open. And as you learn, you continue to grow. And as that opens, your purpose of being here becomes more clear. And I'm not talking like there's a divine plan of you will be this person down the road. It's the purpose of what you're here is to enjoy life, to experience life to the fullest, and to return to Source as an enriched being. And when you open your crown and you really put the energy and focus into building your crown chakra, it actually does open you to a higher sense of awareness and of knowing and connection to Source. So let's look at the challenge or lesson for this 4th week, which is the Major Arcana card of Release. These are life lesson cards. Let's let go of the past, an ending that makes way for new opportunities and time to move on. In classic tarot, 13 is, I believe, the Devil card. And everyone always associates the devil with bad. In reality, though, the fairy tarot does have it right. It is a period of transition. It's a period of letting go of the past, of basically banishing it. You're done with it. You've learned the lessons. You have those lessons. You do not need the energy that is tying you to those that denser energy anymore. Time to clear it out. So your sacred plan is going to show you what was it you agreed to. Your crown chakra is really going to bring in that higher frequency of energy, and the purpose of it, your challenge for this week, is to let go of the things that are being lit up by your sacred plan. Like, okay, you've learned this, why are you still carrying it around? Your crown is opening up, showing you that this isn't working for you anymore. Why are you holding on to it? So the purpose of this week and the challenge that you're going to have, and this, I'm going to phrase it challenge because it is a challenge, is to let go of the things that are not helping you anymore. Those energies, those thought patterns, all that stuff that drags us down, it's time to let it go. So, moving into the 5th week of August, it is self-acceptance. That's quite the shift from the last week. The self-acceptance angels are coming in to help you understand that everything you've been going through doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean to get you down. It's here to show you how powerful your intentions really are. And water is one of the more powerful elements. Fire can destroy, but water can, really, it's hard to stop water. If it wants to find a way, it's going to find a way. And it is an element in nature that can do massive destruction. And with fire, you can usually have firefighters out there trying to stop it, slow it down, at least get in the way of it, to, defer it. When water decides to go on a rampage, there's not much that stops it. And that's what the self-love energy is coming, or self-acceptance energy is coming up, is you have great potential within you. But we've been conditioned and taught to tone down ourselves, to tone down those abilities or those emotional flare-ups, because we don't want to, be out there and be hurt, or you don't want to offend somebody or say the wrong thing, or you're being too emotional. Your emotions are there to help you process life. Now, if they dominate your life, there's a problem. But experiencing life with emotion is what is part of who we are. So when you're experiencing life through self-acceptance of accepting, yes, there's times you're going to cry. Yes, there's times you're just not going to feel anything. There's other times you're going to find humor in something that may be inappropriate to somebody else, but you are still finding that humor. It's because that's who you are. Self-acceptance is understanding, I may not be perfect yet, I've still got lessons to learn, but who I am right now, I do love. And that's what the angels that are coming forward are saying, is it doesn't matter where you're going, where you've been. Love yourself right now and work to better yourself, work towards these better intentions, but learn to love yourself in the now moment. So, your message from Source is healing. It ties right in there to that self-acceptance, angels, huh? The Lemurians were healers, naturally intuitive and accustomed to navigating energetic-based realities. We all have natural healing abilities that are advanced when we deepen our energetic awareness. When we perceive the world beyond the more well-known senses, we start to receive information and wisdom from that is different from what stems from intellect. By tapping into life force consciousness and using this abounding energy alongside focused intention, we realize that anything is possible. Extend the margins of your awareness, revisit a situation from a broader perspective or a higher vibration with a focus on healing. Perhaps the issue is simply an outdated or limiting perception. You have the ability to align with a fresh timeline that inspires wholeness. So your guides are coming in, helping you work with self-acceptance. Your message from Source is, as you're working with the self-acceptance, you're working on healing the self-doubt. You're working on healing the self-deprecation. You're working on healing that, in some cases, could be self-loathing. Because, you're not skinny enough, or you're not muscly enough, you're not beautiful enough, you're not fill in the blank. Those are really irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. Who cares? Simple enough. Who cares? No one does. You care, but you're caring because you have this thought that someone else's opinion matters. Self-acceptance is about, I'm good where I'm at, I'm working to improve, and I really don't need your criticism. If you're going to be negative about it and not help with solutions, I don't want to hear it. And when you're doing stuff like that, you're actually healing yourself into a more positive state. And when that healing occurs, you start to realize the people who do care are going to be with you on your journey. The people who are just there to complain are going to run through, throw an insult or whatever, and disappear. And that's not helpful, and that's not healing. So really work with your self-acceptance, angels, this 5th week of August. Your challenge or lesson from the tarot, I was just looking because you have 4 Earth cards, which are autumn cards. It's a lot of reminding you to stay grounded this month. Is the Princess of Autumn, studious, responsible, cheerful, and mischievous. Happy news about your career, a promotion, or scholarship. Well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get going. So, it's really a good way to tie up the month because you've had a lot of healing that's went on this month. There's been some ups and downs energetically. And this last month is about tapping into your healing, your self-acceptance, and your challenge or your lesson for this last week is being able to accept a compliment or a promotion. It's maybe a new job. Your plans that are actually starting to show up in a manifested state, things that you've been working on for a while are starting to show up. You're starting to see the results of all this hard work you've been doing. And it could be that you've gotten to a certain point and now you're like, I don't see anything, and so I'm just going to sit down and not do anything more. And this card is saying, no, keep going. It's a little nudge, little energetic push to keep moving because your goals are literally right there. Don't stop now. So hopefully this resonates with you guys. And If you like what I've got going on, drop a like, maybe subscribe, and I do appreciate all compliments, all comments. Just be respectful about it. Other than that, I will talk to you in the next video. Have a great August.